Hey everyone, Josh here, and today I just want to make this little announcement before we start the video. I'm taking this after I've had all the footage. I looked back through it and realised I didn't really explain most of it. So, as a quick brief overview, the kart itself is something that Sam built when he was in for furlough level lockdown. It was about 90% of the way at the start of this. I was working over the time, so I couldn't get down to get any videos and pictures as it was being built, so we're pretty much skipping straight on to the assemble everything side. So it is a Mark IV setup. Well, the front end of a Mark IV is basically in the back, so stock Mark IV subframe, lower arms, hubs, engine mount position, strut tops. So that's all the same. Just for the idea that in the future we can pull the engine out, we can put a 180T in it, we can put a TDI. Obviously we're using the R32 lump, but it'll be eventually it's going to get boosted. The front end is a MX5 front end, just because we had one kicking about and they're supposed to be pretty good and relatively lightweight, and they're easy enough to get all mounted up. So that's brilliant. Enjoy the video. Well, I'll split it into a few different parts. The first couple, if there's not much direction, so I do apologise. We did a bit of haste and we did have some issues that we ran into, but I'll try to get as much footage as we can in there, and hopefully we can make it down a pod this weekend, so the next couple of days from the point of when I'm filming this. And hoping we got good news that it does a half decent time without breaking or flipping or anything else like that. So we will see and enjoy. Moving the heart for the Polo build. 3.2 is out of the garage, pissing now with rain. Sam is reversing up the trailer. We're going to just literally yeet this on. We're going to grab a tyre, stick it on that, cover up some of the ports. It's only a few miles down the road, but it's weather is definitely not nice. All loaded up, ready for transport. Young Samuel here is going to take it back down to the unit, and hopefully tomorrow is a day of getting it. The other engine undressed, this one dressed, ready for to sit in its new home. That'll be first stage and then done. So fingers crossed, all ends well. Currently I'm with stage 2 of the Polo build. It is upside down. I come here today, Sam was at it last night after we got the engine back here, which is now sat there. So this is the good engine, it came out of my running car, and this is a not so good engine that came out of a dead car. So this one basically was ran with a massive hole in the sump, leaked oil everywhere. I think bearings have started to go on the bottom end. There was also swarf in the bottom of the sump in the oil. So this one was going to be put to the side for the future till we can fully strip it down to assess and rebuild. But for now, let's go to undress this, put it all onto that one. So we've essentially got a complete lump built up, ready to drop back in this. When Sam finished off some of the welds, just checking up some bits underneath it, finish painting. It's not. It's just going to get it into primer as it is, and then we're going to worry about painting it because we have just not got the time at the moment, and don't know why he's attempted to do that. That looks absolutely horrific, but we will gloss over that. So I've once again forgot to bring my GoPro, so I'll try and stop and get some shots along the way. There we go. It shouldn't be too bad. Not much to these things, so here we go. Halfway dressed up now. The loom is all over and on. Just need to swap out the rock covers from that one to that one, so the intake of the PCV system all matches up. Still need to pull out this one, get this one in the air, pull the box off it. Half the bolts we actually need to get to the bottom ones. Progress has been made on the brake side of things. So Summers, because obviously these are 5x100, obviously being a Mark IV setup, Summers just re-drilled basically having these Polo GTI brakes on it to get small to over 13-inch wheels. So Sam just re-drilled out the Polo GTI disc for 4x100. Oh, sorry, 5x100 from 4x100. But a bit dodgy, but if it works, Sam?
Hey, it saves me sending them off for 2 weeks.
Yeah, so it'll do for one event, as long as it stops, at least roughly in, well, however much runoff Santa Pod's got, that will be fine. But get that bit sorted.
Yes, will it work?
The one side of the front brakes are on. It's got that on there. Need new pads though, because basically there is absolutely nothing left on these. So I hope that the car these came off, was not being used, or had no intention of going back on the road as is. But one done. So that side will get sorted, and then we'll flip the car. Well, finish up some of the bits we've got to do, what Sam's got to do underneath. Flip it back around, get the other side done, and then hopefully by that time he's done that. This will be ready, and it can go in the car. Get the bottom of the floor bolted back up, and it will sort of resemble a car. So. Well, cart. Get in there now.
I pushed it over, so. Coming right now. Yeah.
Everything's disassembled and stripped off. This one box is off with the transfer box on for the people that say that you have to remove it. No, you don't. Awkward, but you don't have to do it. With nice surprise, it's got a ZF race engineer and clutch in it, so this should do okay for the £5 to £7, maybe even 10 boost that we've planning to run on it unopened. Yeah.
Turn it back a little bit.
Yeah, pretty much that. So we've got, let's say this one's ready to go on the tyre out of the way. We need to pull the sump off at some point. And we've got one over there that's got the original dead sump that this engine had. We're going to put that on it and then just store it out of the way. And then I can pick this one up, get the flywheel, clutch, everything back on it, get the box bolted up, and then hopefully then ready for it to sit back in the car. Meanwhile, Sam's been working on the rear end setup, getting the brakes sorted. Obviously the other side's done. And now it's just, don't know what.
Re-drill this side.
Redrilling it, that's what he's doing.
Re-drill this side. I've rebuilt the front strut, well, the rear strut, and tightened up the bottom ball joint.
So then, idea being, we could just got to make brake lines to go to the front. This pedal box has been a bit of an issue. We can't seem to find exactly what threads it uses. So that's probably last on the list. We're going to bring the lines up sort of to this direction, and then I'll have to get onto Google and have a good rummage around and see what I can find and then buy the bits in. But I say, I can't worry about that last. As long as everything is pretty much to the right place, that'll do for us. So on to the next bit. Getting this back on. The chassis is pretty much all done now. Engine is roughly in place. We're just about to get the mounts on to get it actually, fairly mounted in place. We're going to have a bit of a compromise on the painting of the shell. Sam wanted to leave it in primer. I wanted to paint the whole thing. So we had one kind of black to produce this. I don't even know what you want to describe it. Well, patchy effect. It looks better than being in primer. So it will do for now, as long as it doesn't rust when we go down pod. Because no doubt its weather's probably not going to be nice. I think, yeah. Well, to be fair, it'll be decent if we can get it to sit on a gazebo. Well, it's going to be on a trailer anyway, so, it's going down a trailer. We need some kind of covering for it. I do have some tops, so we'll probably have to bring that. But there you go, just the final bit. I get a couple of pictures of when it actually is sat there mounted. We're just getting the Black Forest Industries, I think. Black Forest Industry mounts on. One for both sides, off gearbox engine side. But definitely coming together now.